Then all of a sudden, since nobody wants to sign Ronaldo for whatever the case may be, because he's washed up, I believe, you think otherwise.
Nobody can afford Ronaldo, is why
exactly, that's Tele's agenda there.
What is up, beautiful people? Welcome. It is a new season of Sangalooo. The excitement is palpable. Everybody is excited. I'm happy. Shopsy is happy.
I'm over the moon, man. We're back.
New season. We were literally counting
Our weekends
down.
are back to usual,
Bruh.
No people hitting me up knowing that I'm free now. They know not to hit me up this time.
But of course, with the new season, it is amazing. We have a new sponsor, Bet Winner Nigeria, and now Sangalooo brought to you by Bet Winner.
Yeah, shout out the good people at Bet Winner. We got them on the back there. We got them on our shirts.
Fully
And
decked
they're
out,
hooking us up with 1 or 2 promo codes for you guys that are into those games.
Yeah, definitely.
Stay tuned.
Definitely. And we have some information for you from our sponsors, and that will come in much later in the show. But straight up, let us get into it. New season, FPL is what is on the top of the agenda today.
You don't know what you're doing with your team by this point, you might be in trouble. Though.
Right? I mean, and that's why we're here.
That's why we're here.
I had to give you those tips and those tricks. So now, your team now, how is it set up really? Like, what's like your go-to plan, your go-to strategy for FPL?
So I'm not going to give you guys my exact team because there's some of you that just want to copy the team, but I'm going to be generous and give you 1 or 2 tips and a couple premium assets I think you should have. Like, don't sleep on these guys at least. These are my differential, but these are guys that everybody on league is going to have them. Don't be the one that doesn't have them. Exactly. So first of all, I've got the player who is statistically, I believe, the best player in FPL history. He accumulates points every season. He's everybody's captain all the time. Mo Salah. Mo Salah has dominated FPL the last 5 years, and there's no reason to expect of anything different this season. Other than Salah, I have Harry Kane. I think Harry Kane's going to have a big season. He wasn't at his firing best last season, but this season is going to be on fire. He costs less than Son Heung-min, so it's a good reason to have him in there. I think you should obviously have Trent Alexander-Arnold for the clean sheets and the assists on the back. And I think that goes the same for João Cancelo. They're in the exact same boat. They're owned by almost 50% of the game, so why not have them as well? Then a player that I think everybody should have, I think is great value for money. He's going to get lots of minutes, and I'm tipping him to have a very big season, is Gabriel Jesus. He's picked by 75% of FPL players.
That's almost everybody.
It's a safe bet to just
FPL.
have him in there. So if he has a bad season, he has everybody
If he has a
suffers.
bad game, everybody suffers.
Exactly.
If he has a good game, everybody wins, right?
So yeah, those are my 5 picks I think everybody should have going into this season.
Yeah, and definitely feeding off of that, I think it is easy for people to now overlook these, some players because, everybody's getting the likes of Harry Kane, of Salah, Jesus. I'd actually look at some players who I think they are smart picks, but they are likely to be overlooked.
Some gems in the rough.
Some gems in the rough, some diamonds in the rough. The first player that I have here is Zinchenko. He did not have the best season last season, but he looks like a player who is very likely to be played out of position at Arsenal. Players that are played out of position are likely to give you points. He's cheap, 5 million. He's going to be playing at Arsenal. He's going to be giving those assists to the likes of Gabriel Jesus. He's going to be giving those assists to the likes of Bukayo Saka. And definitely that's one that I think you should look at. Another player that I feel like people should look at is Jack Grealish. At 7 million, he's a bargain. He looks like he's going to play a lot this season. With Raheem Sterling moving on to Chelsea, Gabriel Jesus going as well. Grealish is likely to start more games. He did not play well. I mean, just 3 goals and 3 assists throughout last season. But at Aston Villa, he had about 14 goals the season before, and even the season before that as well, he had quite a number of goals. So he's likely to to give you more points this season. So I would say Grealish is one that you should look out for. And then moving on to, I would say maybe the bottom half of the league. A player that I feel like you should look at is Kieran Trippier. He came into that Newcastle squad. He rejuvenated the side. He was giving assists, coming up trumps in defense. But he had that injury that sort of ended his season early. But he's coming back this season. It's going to be same old, I think, for Trippier. He's experienced in the Premier League, even when he was playing at Tottenham.
And the defender on set pieces is a great asset to have because those are assists on the table. And he's going to take free kicks. He's going to take both corners, potentially.
Exactly.
He's like he's a budget Trent Alexander-Arnold. They blow out the half of the table.
Cheaper version of Arnold.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's one player that I feel like you should look at. And then I'll wrap it up with somebody who you mentioned, whom I did not really think about, but you mentioned him, and I think he's a very good shout. Marcus Rashford at Manchester United at 6.5 million. That's also a bargain for a player who is also being played out of position. He's registered as a midfielder, but he'll be playing as a striker for Manchester United. And interestingly, I know for sure that Ten Hag will not be starting Ronaldo, at least for the first couple of games in the season, because Ronaldo has not put up his fitness. He has not played with the side.
That leads us to our next segment, actually.
And then our next segment. And Rashford as well is going to be benefiting from the fact that if this is breaking news to you, it is what it is. Anthony Martial is injured and will not be starting the game against Brighton for sure. He has, a hamstring injury.
That's a shame.
That's a shame. He played very well over
pre-season. He looked bright.
And I think that brings us to the next segment on the show today, hit or miss. Today's topic or today's conversation centers on Erik Ten Hag. Very quickly, how do you think, or do you think the way Erik Ten Hag has handled himself over the period, because he has definitely had a rocky start to his life at Manchester United, without a doubt. So the way he has handled himself, considering how it has started, do you think it's a hit or a miss?
So I think coming into this season, there were two main things that Ten Hag needed to address, and one was the midfield issue, which I guess has been a problem for Man U for long before Ten Hag became manager of the club, and then the Cristiano Ronaldo issue. On the Ronaldo side, I feel like there have been forces in play that are not in zone control. So he came into the club, and then the club already has Cristiano Ronaldo, and he's told Ronaldo wants to stay. So he believes Ronaldo can potentially become his captain, blah, blah, blah. He's making plans for Ronaldo to stay. Cool. He doesn't sign Darwin Núñez. Obviously, he wasn't going to get Haaland, but United have the money and could have entered those conversations if they had no striker. That's what they do. So he does all that. I'm going to keep Ronaldo. Fine. Believes Ronaldo is staying, then all of a sudden, Ronaldo says he doesn't want to stay again. After he has already made his plans, Ronaldo is talking about potentially going to Chelsea, his agent is shopping him all around Europe. So, and then Ten Hag says, okay, cool. He adapts to that situation again and says, okay, fine, I'll play the young boys that I have. He plays them in preseason, they're having a good preseason run. Martial is scoring, Rashford is scoring, Elanga is looking great. These are the boys I'm going to go with. Then all of a sudden, since nobody wants to sign Ronaldo for whatever the case may be, because he's washed up, I believe, you think otherwise.
Nobody can afford Ronaldo, is why they're
exactly, that's Tele's agenda there. Right. So now nobody wants to sign Ronaldo. Ronaldo is saying he must stay now. So now Ten Hag has the problem with, I have this Cristiano Ronaldo guy, we pay him, he's the highest earner in the club. Are we now not going to play him? All the fans that see Cristiano Ronaldo, I play Cristiano Ronaldo. So I feel like that's caused a lot of problems for Ten Hag, and that's not really his own fault. Those are Cristiano Ronaldo issues and Manchester United issues that any manager that was put inside this situation would have had these exact same problems now. So, on that side, I'll say he's done his best. It's still a miss generally because he's the manager and the buck lands on him.
So you think it's a miss?
It's a miss there. And I also think, and then the other issue was the midfield issue. So he hasn't really replaced Manchester, he hasn't fixed Manchester United's midfield issue. You're going into the season with the same issue you had last season. And this time, maybe even worse because you've lost Paul Pogba, who he had his issues, but Pogba was a good player and he could bring up performance for you once in a while. And then now he's been chasing Frankie de Jong all around Europe for about, for like 2 months now, he's chasing Frankie de Jong, who does not want to come to the club, and he's obsessed with Frankie de Jong. Why? Find other players. Midfielders have moved for less money in this time. Quality players who could have improved Manchester United. So now he might go into the season without a midfielder, and I think that's his own fault. So that's a miss for me.
Okay, so for me, I wouldn't call it a miss at all, because for the bare reason that most of the situations that have happened, or everything that has made it a rocky start for him, have not been his fault. I can't blame him for Ronaldo. I also cannot blame him for Frankie de Jong's issues.
Right.
Precisely, because for him, he's brought in Eriksen at least. And we also have Lisandro Martinez, who can
why doesn't he move on for Frankie?
So the point is, if you know you have a player and you know that's a player that you want, why not just stick? Like, what is wrong in sticking your guns to who you want? Has he handled it well so far? I think he has. When Ronaldo decided to start acting out, he was able to bring the team together and still play good football without Ronaldo. And we saw a pathway for how we can survive without Ronaldo, even if he left. So that's good. Secondly, with handling the media, I think he has done well. He has not fed the media anything to use against him, really. And for those reasons, I feel like it has been a hit. You know, the way he has handled himself, he has not balked under the pressure, and you know how the English media is with pressure. So on that note, I think I'd say it's a hit. But in other news, Barcelona are still doing the business against Chelsea. But this time around, it looks like they want to sell Chelsea some rejects in that regard.
We're hearing them all summer, and now I take these ones after.
Do you get?
The relationship is very strange to me. I don't understand.
It's funny. Yeah. So they've come against, or they've come for every of Chelsea's targets, and now they are giving Chelsea some players
that they don't want anymore.
That they don't want anymore. So what exactly?
And I think Chelsea, and they're actually decent players, because one of them is Memphis Depay, Frankie De Jong is linked, and Aubameyang. So these are players I think Chelsea, they shouldn't.
Do they need?
Yeah, man. Chelsea are down bad right now. They've lost Lukaku, they've lost Timo Werner. Ziyech might be going to.
Kante is running on his
last leg. This guy, Ziyech might be going to AC Milan. So they definitely need reinforcements.
True that. Barcelona need to tidy up whatever it is they're doing. At least allow us get Frankie De Jong. Like, give the boy 17 million and let Man U get the boy. And let
the boy doesn't even want. The boy is begging them, don't pay me here. Let the window close. He doesn't want to go to Man U. He said it time and time again.
Okay.
Now he's just chasing him like it because he's his boyfriend, like it's his son. Leave him,
Moving on from that, we're going to a brand new episode that we have on the show, courtesy of our sponsors, betwinner.ng. What are the odds?
Betting has never been more rewarding. Get amazing odds, special offers, and the best sport and casino betting deals, all at the tip of your fingers. With the BetWinner app, you can become a true winner. Download the app and start betting today.
And so on a very new segment on Sangalooo, we have What Are the Odds, brought to you by our sponsors, BetWinner Nigeria. Of course, as your guys now, you know Shopsy is a sure guy. I'm a sure guy. We have a promo code for you, our people. Sangalooo, it's called Sangalooo BetWinner, right? Sangalooo with 3 O's, do not forget. As a new subscriber, log in for the first time, you get to use this promo code. And it gives you what? 100%.
100%. Double.
Put 10K, you get
soft.
You get 10K on top. These are bet, these are chop. Put it in there on the website, betwinner.ng. But of course, we're looking at some of the games that we feel like you might want to put your money on.
Games that you should be looking at as well.
Definitely. The first one is Crystal Palace versus Arsenal. I'm picking that one, away win Arsenal. On the betwinner.ng website, you have it. The odds are 1.77.
Yeah, those are decent odds for a favorite.
Proper decent odds for a favorite. Moving on from that, I have Fulham and Liverpool. Away win for Liverpool, 1.27.
That was a sure bet, but you can just have it in there in your accumulator just to pad it up a little bit.
Right, and Liverpool very likely to score more than 1 goal, over 1.5, over 2.
Might go over 2.5,
2.5, yeah.
Okay, so and then we have Spurs versus Southampton. Spurs, as you guys know, I've tipped them to have a big season all along. Nice 1.34 odds. It's probably going to come in their home start of the season. Yeah, it will look good on your accumulator, I think. And then Chelsea versus Everton. Everton, I think, are going to have a very rough season. I might almost say any match where you see Everton,
from the beginning.
Any match where you see Everton, you should probably draw. They're probably going to lose or draw. They're not going to pick up many wins this season. And yeah, Chelsea are going to win that one. I won't rate Chelsea. They don't score too many goals, so I wouldn't do any like over 1.5. But I don't think Chelsea will win that match.
Yeah, for me, moving on from that, Manchester United versus Brighton. I'm not looking at, even as a Manchester United fan, I'm going to play it safe. I'm not going to say Man U will win their first game of the season, especially against the Brighton side that did very well last season, very good defensively. But I feel like there will be many goals in that one. Manchester United don't seem to have their defense, as good as they expect that it should be, with the defensive midfield position still, still experiencing some shakiness. So I would say that one, I'm not going to advise you to either, bet, for Man U to win or Brighton. But I would say there will be goals in that game. Over 2.5. I saw it on the website, 1.95, the odds.
These are great
very
odds
attractive.
For a fixture where last season, every time they play, it does tend to see goals. Brighton beat surprise United, and they beat United a couple times in recent times. So yeah, these are definitely great odds. They're almost 2.0.
Over 2.5, 1.95.
And then the last game we're going to look at is the champions against West Ham. This is a big fixture. City dropped points to them towards the tail end of last season. So it's not an easy fixture as you'd expect, but ultimately I think City will come out on top with 1.35 odds, and I think West Ham will get a goal in that one. So I see that being like a 3-1 final score. So yeah, City win and both teams to score.
Both teams to score, definitely. That looks good. That definitely does sound good. And the odds are quite juicy on there. Yeah, definitely head on to the website betwinner.ng and start placing your bets. Do not forget, your sure guys, the Sangalooo boys, we have a promo code for you.
Yes, sir.
Right? Sangalooo bet winner. Do not forget Sangalooo with 3 O's.
And if you have any odds you think we should be looking at or the community should be looking at, drop them in the comment section below. Much appreciated.
Drop them in the comment section.
We rise by uplifting others.
We rise by uplifting others, right? And that's what we're doing here, man. And so that's a beautiful place to put a pin on it. It was an amazing first episode back on the new season of Sangalooo. Brought to you by our beautiful sponsors, Bet Winner Nigeria.
Shout out Bet Winner.
Shout out Bet Winner. Do not forget, we have a promo code for you, Sangalooo Bet Winner. Go on there, sign up, register, and put in the promo code. You get a 100% bonus on your first deposit. Do not forget, terms and conditions apply. Go onto the website.
Read the fine print.
And peace.
Thanks for having us. See you.